praised her just for, she was so good at everything.
What can I say?
Take you to the camera.
Alright, what's up y'all? We're back with another video for this week. And it's a little bit more personal about my struggles, as Merce would call it. I'm going to kind of go in depth. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to. I know we've said it in a couple videos. What I have is what is called ulcerative colitis. And it's an autoimmune disease that pretty much attacks my intestines and my colon. My disease that I have that is
Chronic.
lifelong.
Incurable.
Yeah.
We mentioned that often in our videos, so we thought it'd be good to just sit down and talk about it and what it is and how we got to the point that we're at now.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. We're sitting out on the porch today because it's very, very nice out. It's probably like 70 degrees, got a nice breeze going. I mean, it's just a couple clouds in the sky. It's just so nice. Anyways, first put our snacks away. Oh, so you got them cheddar pretzels. Is that what they are? Cheddar pretzels?
Drying my mouth out.
Drink some of your water.
No.
I even laid out the tan a little bit today. Try to get rid of these raccoon eyes that I got. Look at this. And you can see, like, right here, my sunspots.
Because that's where her sunglasses sit.
Yeah.
Right here. You see in other videos, they sit right here. Now she's got these sunspots around her.
It's alright. I grew up having raccoon eyes because playing softball my entire life, and I've got to have sunglasses when I'm outside or else I cannot see.
I'm honestly surprised you don't have them on right now.
I know, it's a little shaded under here, so it's not bad. The sun's starting to go down a little bit, so yeah, sunglasses are my life. And I lose them constantly, and they're Oakleys. I love my Oakleys, and I lose them all the time. So the last time I lost mine,
misplaced them.
I bought 2 pair.
She ran them over. You ran them over or I ran them over?
I ran them over with a razor.
And they survived, so
Yeah.
Durable. Good
Love
job,
my Oakleys, yes. Before I got diagnosed, I was healthy as could be. I could eat anything I wanted to. I could, I was an athlete. I played softball my entire life.
Collegiate athlete. Was killing it in PT in the military. Everybody just praised her just for, she was so good at everything.
What can I say?
I take it back.
Yeah, so joined the military. About 2 years later, I started noticing like something different going on. My stomach hurting all the time. My poops weren't normal, so I went to the doctor. They did a stool sample, and nothing ever came of it. So I was like, okay, I guess it's just whatever. Years go by. This was probably 2017. A couple years go by. It's gradually kind of, I'm seeing more and more symptoms of ulcerative colitis.
But we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we had no idea. So a few times we just thought, okay, she's sick. She's gotten some kind of bug or something.
So I'm experiencing more symptoms: fatigue, fevers, blood in my poop, a lot of abdominal pain, a lot of abdominal bloating. And I think it was January of 2020, I went to ALC, and I don't know how I made it through. I don't know how I made it through all those runs and PT tests. In the middle of my PT test for ALC, I had to go to the bathroom. And that's another thing. Just, I'm constantly in the bathroom. It's just not fun. And then I made it through ALC, and I was like, all right, last day. We're not doing much of anything but paperwork. I'm going to sick call. I don't ever go to sick call. I hate sick call. That's what they call it in the Army, is
when you go to like a doctor's appointment, or if you're sick, and you go to urgent care or something, in civilian terms, it's just same thing as going to sick call.
Yeah. So that morning I went in, told them all my symptoms, what I was experiencing, and I get a text from one of my classmates saying, "Hey, you better come back now. They're releasing us to go home." And I was talking to the doctor when I got this message. I was like, "Look, I need to go home. I'll see my doctor when I get back to Fort Polk." I got out of that doctor's office as quick as I could. Went to the classroom, signed my papers, got my crap, and I left. And I was driving. I drove from Virginia to Georgia, which is where I stayed with my parents overnight, and then Georgia to Louisiana. So I made it back, and the next day, I was having really, really bad symptoms. I think I had a fever, blood in my poop, like mucusy shit coming out of my butthole. I mean, it's nasty.
I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning in this video.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, my intestines are inflamed. There's an infection in my intestines, so you never know what's gonna come out of there. And like we said in our first video, we're an open book, especially me. I will talk about anything. I do not care what anybody thinks. This is just some real life stuff that I'm going through, and now she's having to go through with me. Yeah, so I went to the ER because the doctor in Virginia told me, well, when you get back, just go to the ER and tell them what's going on. So I did, and that was my first hospitalization. Because I was having what they call a flare-up, and fever, chills, like almost like the flu, but your stomach hurts, you're having diarrhea. I mean, it's just painful all around. Fatigue, don't want to do anything. So I went to the ER. I told him, hey, this doctor said come here when you get back to your home station. So I did. What happened after that? I got hospitalized, right?
Yeah. And they did a bunch of tests.
Yep.
I got beef jerky mouth. But they did all those tests, and they still weren't quite sure what it was. And then they decided, oh, it's probably colitis on its own. Colitis. That's what the doctor who we spoke to was hoping it was just colitis. And so he sent us home. I think he sent you home with some medicine and like instructions.
And the Movi prep, because I was getting a colonoscopy like the next day. And I got my colonoscopy, and he was like, yep, looks like ulcerative colitis.
Well, he didn't say it like that. He said,
I don't remember.
He said something about, unfortunately, it's not the level that I hoped it was. You know, he was hoping it was just colitis. But then he explained it's actually ulcerative colitis. Then he explained it's actually ulcerative colitis, and that's the part where colitis has just become permanent.
And it was severe, because they have like moderate and then severe ulcerative colitis. You probably see
the commercials
with Crohn's disease. Moderate to severe Crohn's disease.
Or ulcerative colitis, yeah. Crohn's disease.
But that's what I got, and so that was 2020. After that, they started me on prednisone, which was a steroid they gave, and I swelled up like a freaking balloon. I mean, my face was round. I couldn't even squat all the way down because my legs were so swollen.
We learned that a side effect of your face blowing up is called moon face.
Moon face, yeah.
Because your whole face just gets really round.
We'll put a picture up, show you side by side difference of before and then during and after. Like, I was swollen.
Yeah, we bought our first house when you had that big old chunkiness. It looks kind of like my face now.
So they put me on prednisone, and prednisone literally knocked it in its butt. I mean,
she felt great. Minus all the water weight she was gaining.
Oh yeah, I felt amazing. But then they put me on Stelara, You've probably seen commercials for that. You give yourself your own shot. I did it in my stomach
Every
8 weeks. I gave myself a shot every 8 weeks, and ended up not working at all. Didn't work, not a bit.
You tried it for like months. I don't remember how many months, but
Yeah, well, and you can't stay on prednisone because it's steroid, and long-term use of steroids
there's just no
is
bueno.
not good. Deteriorate your muscles, deteriorate your bones. So I had to be weaned off that. And I think it was November, or it might have been it was close to a year after I'd been on Stelara, and I had another flare-up, put me back in the hospital.
Was that your COVID and flare up together?
Might have been, yeah.
She had lost so much weight. She was sleeping on the couch. She had got COVID, and she was in the middle of flare up, and she was sleeping on the couch. And I looked over at her, and her little shirt was like pulled up a little bit, and you can just see, you know, like on a dog that's like emaciated and neglected, that's probably like living out in the street and starving. You can see their like hip bones. That's exactly how it was for her, just laying there. I was like, this needs to be addressed. We've got to get you healthy.
It
This
was really
isn't
bad.
safe. I was genuinely worried because COVID is scary on top, because it was still kind of new. It was only a year into COVID and people are dying. So especially people who have preconditioned diseases. And so I was worried about her a lot, especially being that small and not being able to eat or anything.
Yeah, so I finally got over COVID, and I was still having my flare up. I had to go get another colonoscopy. That was probably my third one. Maybe second or third, I can't remember. Because all this stuff just kind of runs together. I've been in the hospital so much, like she said. So that one landed me in the hospital for a week. That's when you came out to San Antonio.
Fucked my hair up.
Yeah. I was in the hospital for a week. They tested me for TB. They tested me for C. diff, E. coli, all kinds of stuff.
Well, see, this visit was supposed to just be a colonoscopy, just to see where she was.
But my heart rate was like 136.
Her resting heart rate,
laying there,
this whole time was at least 120.
Yep.
And
They
when she
put
did
those
when she did her
things on
colonoscopy,
me.
they saw how bad it was in there. And then on top of that, the nurses kept running in there to make sure she was okay because her heart rate was so high. And
This was
just,
afterwards.
She was just chilling, playing on her phone.
Yeah, because
So-
the thing would start dinging because my heart rate was so high. They're like, "Are you okay? Can you breathe?" Like, it's like, yeah. But my heart rate was like 126 to 130. And it was really high.
That's when they decided to admit her and do some more testing, which is, we ended up being back in San Antonio for a whole week.
Yeah.
Which was completely unplanned.
So that hospitalization was over. They stopped my Stelara and started me on Renflexis. That started, which is an IV or an infusion through an IV. The medication is over a 2-hour period. So they drip it over 2 hours. And it's not fun having to go. Well, at first I was going every 8 weeks, and it just wasn't enough. It wasn't doing what it should have been doing. So they gave me the maximum dosage at my weight every 4 weeks. I had to go to San Antonio, which is a 6-hour drive from where we were, every 4 weeks to get an IV in my arm. Sit there for 3 hours. Because you get there, you sit in the chair, they put the needle in your arm, they start saline. They order the medicine it's just a whole process. So that was something else, having to drive every 4 weeks, 6 hours away. It was a lot. But Renflexis, I mean, it was working. I was still having symptoms here and there, but I never had a flare-up. I was having mild symptoms. It wasn't bad.
For a while, we were excited. We thought she was going to go into remission.
Yeah.
Like, she was feeling so good. And at the time, we were trying to have a baby too. So I was having my own problems. And so both of us are really stressed out about it all. So we were really hopeful that it was going to work.
Yeah. So, come... When did I start my med process? 2021, because I got out in 2021, right?
Heck, sure.
Yeah. So, being in the military, having this disease, and being on a medication that puts your immune system at risk, I was not able to deploy. They put me on the non-deploy...
Is he behind us?
Can't see.
He is.
He's weird. Are we
I didn't
hitting
think he
him? Are we
could fit
hitting
back
him?
there. If we are, you don't care.
Anyways. So yeah, I mean, I was doing super good in the military. I loved it.
She would have been in for as long as they would have allowed her to be in. She would have been in her whole life. But this
Yeah,
illness
probably.
came, this disease came.
I was considered non-deployable, and when you're in the Army,
If you're non-deployable, then
They
you're
don't-
useless.
yeah, pretty much useless. So me and my doctor made the decision to start the medical process to get me kicked out, pretty much.
Well, it's a little harsh, but yeah, at the end of the day.
Yep. So I started going through the
Med board.
medical evaluation board. And that was all of 2021, because I got out. No, started in 2020 actually. Started in 2020.
Once
And-
they told us that it was ulcerative colitis, and she started the medicine,
Yeah, once I
the
became...
doctors told her that, all
Yeah.
right, we we don't want to, but we're gonna have to start your med board now.
Yeah. It was a tough one to swallow, but you know, it is what it is. So come like probably mid 2021, I got changed from Renflexis to Remicade, which is pretty much the same thing, just a different name. And it was still working, just not 100%. I started to go to Houston instead of San Antonio to get my infusions. So whenever I finished my med process, they medically retired me from the military, and I got out in August. So I was in the military for 6 years, and it was great. So I got out, I went to school at UTI in Houston, and started getting my infusions there on Remicade. Still work, just not 100%. November of 2022, I didn't have a flare-up, but I got super sick from it again, and I lost... I mean, I've been small my entire life, but I lost 20 pounds. I think I weighed at my lowest 95? 95? I don't know. Around 95. And I was pretty much skin and bones. I was not looking good. I mean, even at our gender reveal, I looked at a picture the other day and I was like, I mean, it's gross. I look disgusting because I just look sick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was bad. I did have to get iron infusions once, and that was crazy because that's like brown liquid going into your body. It was weird. Yeah, so I was malnutritioned, had to get iron infusions, vitamin D deficiency. It was just a lot of medications that I've been on. And now come probably about 3 months now, since about September. My last infusion in Houston was August of 2022. We moved out here to Georgia September of 2022, and I missed out on 2 or 3 infusions, and I wasn't feeling good again. They were just having trouble switching insurance and finding somebody out here to do my infusions. I had to get another GI doctor. So yeah, I missed out on a couple infusions, which wasn't very well. I was bedridden a lot. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't get up.
And that takes a toll on your family too, because now we had a new baby and I'm taking care of the new baby, and I'm also having to take care of my wife because some days, like she said, she's bedridden. She can't get out of bed. It bothers her too much. She's either in bed, on the toilet, or in the bathroom, like in the bathtub, because baths make her feel a little better. So yeah, it was rough for a while. Well, it is rough.
Yeah, so finally got a GI doc. Finally started my infusions again with Remicade. For a couple months. It's now March.
And she wasn't feeling much better.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too great. And it's now March of 2023. And I got the news February last month that Remicade pretty much stopped working. My body created antibodies against the drug. My Remicade levels were very, very low, so it's just 2 indicators that the medicine's not working anymore. And that's why I started to feel bad again. So now we are changing medications once again. It's called Humira. You've probably seen it on good commercials or whatever. And it's a pen, like a EpiPen. And I did my first injection last night.
First 2.
Yeah, I had to do 2
at first.
And it wasn't bad. It's better than an actual shot that I used to have to give myself. The needle you push the plunger at. I like this better because it's literally, you pinch your skin, you push it down, and you push the plunger in, and you hold it for 15 seconds. And I mean, the needle's so tiny you can hardly feel it. This is pretty great, but that's where we're at, kind of. See how it works, doesn't work. I mean,
let's hope that it works, because this is now the 4th medicine and she's ready to be her old self again.
Yeah, I went from being super active. I mean, I loved riding 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, mudding, anything that caused bumps and whatever.
Craziness.
Yeah. Lawn mowing, I couldn't even do that because the bumps and just the vibrations hurt my stomach so bad. So it was a struggle. I was bush hogging yesterday, and I was like, I probably have abs today because I was flexing so much trying to keep the bumps and everything from. It wasn't pain, but it was very uncomfortable. Like riding 4-wheelers now, I can't do it like I want to, and it sucks.
Yeah, she's also like tender in that area. So like if she's holding Bo, when you hold a baby, you know, they stand up on your legs or your stomach, and
Kicking, flailing.
If he like steps on her stomach, it's like excruciating for her.
But we're gonna see if this medication works, hopefully. Because, tell you what, I'm tired of this. And, I know she is too.
I'm just tired of you being in pain. And, you know, holding us back from really living our lives. Because that's really what it's doing.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. When I say pain, like, I'm in pain almost 100% of the time. I'd say 99% of the time I'm in some type of pain. And it sucks. But nothing we can really do about it right now. Just wait. It's a waiting game.
And hope that it works.
Yep. And if Humira doesn't work, go to the next drug, I guess. Until
we find one that works, and hopefully he'll put you in remission. But other than that,
if we can't find anything that works, I'll most likely have to get a poop bag.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to take my colon out and I'll get a poop bag.
What's it called? A colostomy bag.
Yep.
Which is okay. There's people out there who live with it, and you know they live great lives. They go to the gym, they go on vacations, and nothing really holds them back that much. But that would still suck.
It ain't gonna hold me back because I'm gonna make her change it though.
I won't even give her her EpiPen shot.
Yep, so that's my situation we got going on. It's been 5-6 years now of sickness.
Dude, you are covered in grass, sir.
He likes to roll around in the grass, our dog. Coda, what's all over your back?
It's all over his side, his face.
And sir, you got it everywhere.
All right.
Anyways, that was a kind of a long one. Hopefully we can chop that down a little bit. Anyways.
If you've got any questions or anything, you can leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, obviously give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, we're trying to get our lives together. Give us a subscribe. Ring the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever we post videos. We try to do it every Friday, but sometimes our lives are busy and we're really trying to work on this YouTube schedule thing. So sometimes we'll go on Saturday or, you know. What?
Oh, calm down there, killer. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching, and we will see y'all in the next video.